Hey, what's up, guys? Today, I'll show you a psychological thriller film, Gone Girl. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie starts when the two main characters, Nick and Amy, are seen cuddling each other. As Nick caresses his wife's scalp, he wonders what Amy has been thinking inside her tiny little brain. It's their 5th anniversary together, and the mysteriousness of Amy has kept Nick curious and unfamiliar with his wife. In the next scene, Nick goes to a bar to drink with his bartender's sister and tells her about their wedding anniversary. In Amy's point of view, she narrates how she and Nick met each other for the first time. They met at a local party. Nick approached her first and started talking to her. Unlike the other people at the party, they found themselves more comfortable talking to each other. It was that night they started their peculiar relationship. Going back to Nick's point of view, he is drinking alcohol, and someone phones the bar. Nick's bartender's sister gives it to him, saying that the call means something to him. He becomes distressed as he finds out about the news and rushes to his home. Not long after, broken glasses and furniture are what Nick sees when he goes to his home. Amy is also nowhere to be found by Nick inside the house. Being concerned about it, he calls the police to investigate the case. As the detective inspects the house, she finds some clues about the incident, specifically the bloodstains. They go to the police office to talk about things more seriously. The detective says that the case in Nick's house could be a missing person. That is why the detective interrogates Nick to know more clues about the incident. Rhonda, the detective, asks him about his wife's friends, interests, habits, blood type, and many more. However, Nick's response is not what any detective hopes to hear. He does not really know his wife, Amy. He doesn't know her friends, nor what she does every day. Meanwhile, Nick is staying in his sister's house while the forensics inspect the house. While doing the work, forensics finds the first biggest clue of the incident. They see in a drawer an envelope with words written on it, saying Clue 1. The letter inside says, "Although this spot could be tighter, it's a cozy room for my favorite writer. After school meeting, don't mind if I do. Maybe I'll teach you a thing or two." Nick recognizes this clue, and they immediately go to the place Amy has been mentioning in the letter. Inside the room, they find on the table another envelope that says Clue 2. Nick is reading the clue, and it says, "Hey, handsome man, let's go undercover. You'll be the spy, and I'll be his lover. Let's head on over to the little brown house. We'll play hot, doting husband, sweet, loving spouse." While Nick is speaking, Detective Rhonda finds underwear inside the room and takes it for inspection. For some reason, Nick thinks that the little brown house that Amy wrote in the clue has something to do with his dad's house. He goes there to check if there is any clue that is placed there. His intuition is correct. Just right after he opens the door, he finds the third clue on the table. Nick decides to keep this clue away from the detective and holds it to himself. Nick goes back to his car and reads the third clue. "Picture me. I'm a girl that is very, very bad. I need to be punished, and by punished, I mean had. It's where you keep goodies for anniversary 5, so open the door and look alive." As she writes her journal, Amy's point of view flashes. Memories of them having weak spots in their marriage are showing. Financial instability, poor communication, and other conflicts are starting to take a toll on their relationship. Amy feels like that ever since they moved to Nick's hometown. Everything went downhill. One night, a girl goes to Nick's sister's house. She is a woman named Andy, and Nick has been having an illicit affair with her for more than a year already. Even though Nick worries about meeting her, they continue to make love in the living room. He has been cheating on Amy for a very long time. The underwear found in the office belongs to his third party. Amy's point of view flashes back again. This time, she tells the story of when they had a massive fight. Amy found that Nick only used her for convenience and did not spend time with her anymore. As Nick was leaving to go to another party, Amy told him that she thought that was the right time for them to settle down and have a baby. Nick did not like the idea of it. They argued, and he started hurting Amy physically. While Amy writes her journal, she says that she is frightened of her husband. Detective Rhonda comes to an abandoned building to find more clues about the incident. Inside the building, she finds a familiar face and asks him if he sees Amy somewhere. The person says that the girl went there before and asked for a gun. In Amy's journal, Amy reveals that she wanted a gun to protect herself from her husband. It is the night for the vigil. Nick does a speech telling everyone how Amy means so much to him. It is going well until Noel, Amy's best friend, screams that Amy is 6 weeks pregnant already when she disappeared. The detective starts becoming suspicious of Nick, especially when she finds out Amy is pregnant. Nick says to the detective that he will not talk to her ever again without a lawyer. It is all becoming chaotic for Nick because all the media and the police are pressuring him. Out of curiosity, Detective Rhonda comes back to Nick's dad's house to find out why Nick went there when his wife went missing. She goes to the basement, and there she finds Amy's journal in the oven. It is all worn out but still readable. In the journal, it is written there that Amy is suffering so much abuse from her husband. At the same time, Nick tries to decipher the third clue. He thinks that the clue leads to her sister's woodshed. He immediately goes there to check it, and he finds all the things charged in the credit card that the detective is suspicious of. It is later revealed in Amy's voice that she planned the whole incident. She wants Nick to pay for the abuses that he committed to her. That is why she arranged a fake murder case. All the damages in the house, bloodstains, financial breakdowns, journal, and the fake pregnancy were all planned by Amy. She wants Nick to be charged with murder and put to the death penalty. Currently, she is now out with this final plan, and that is to kill and drown herself to make the people believe that her husband dumped her body in the sea. Realizing all of these, Nick gets himself the famous lawyer Tanner Bolt to defend him. He is now desperate to protect himself and spread the truth. Nick talks with one of his wife's ex-boyfriends that is also apparently a victim of Amy's manipulation to learn more about his wife. He says they had consensual intercourse and Amy wrongly accuses him of rape while framing everything. While Tanner Bolt is now handling the case of Nick, he advises him that he must confess everything on national television about Andy and about how he cheated on Amy. At first, Nick and his sister find this a bad idea, but making the people side with him is necessary. Flashing on to Amy's point of view, she has been interacting with his new neighbors. One night, they are playing golf, and Amy's money accidentally falls off of her pocket. The neighbors then find out from Amy that she has a lot of money. That is why her neighbors forcibly took her cash the very next morning, leaving her bankrupt. Having no choice, Amy decides to contact her rich ex-boyfriend Mr. Collins to help her survive. She meets him in a casino, and she says to him that she is running away because of her husband, Nick. Amy says that he threatens her that he will kill her the next time they meet. Mr. Collins then says that Nick is looking for her, and he is willing to offer his home as a sanctuary for her to stay. Just before they leave the casino, a shocking development occurs. On national television, Andy, Nick's third party, has confessed to the people that she is romantically involved with his teacher, Nick. She says that she is not in any way involved in the possible killing of Amy. She leaves the podium crying. Nick realizes that he is a few minutes late, confessing first to the television. That is why the advantage once he had vanished. Still, he decides to push through the interview. Amy finds herself safe in Mr. Collins' mansion. Every corner of the house has security cameras to ensure that Amy will not be taken away. Still, Amy thinks this is bad because it will be harder for her to escape. After all, she went to Mr. Collins only for his help. She is not interested in having a relationship with him. On to the next scene. The Sharon Shaber show finally airs. This interview will bring the confession of Nick on national television. Amy and Mr. Collins watch it together in the living room. Nick's statement does not amuse Amy. Mr. Collins turns off the TV and says to Amy that it is time to move on. On the other side, a search warrant is happening to Margot's woodshed. There, the detective finds all the things that Nick bought from his financial reports. The detective is now sure that Nick is suspicious and is guilty. Detective Rhonda brings Nick and his lawyer to the office and interrogates them about Amy's diary. With enough evidence, the police arrest Nick for the case of murdering his wife. On the other hand, Amy plans her escape from Mr. Collins. She wants to frame him for rape. That is why Amy is taking measures that would make Mr. Collins look guilty. She is putting a bottle of wine inside her to make a wound on her private part. Amy is also making scenes at the security cameras, looking abused and begging for help. She plans to kill Mr. Collins and make it look like self-defense. The night when Mr. Collins goes home, Amy immediately invites him to play a hormone game with her. This game is necessary for Amy's plan to make sure that his semen would be found in his vagina. After Mr. Collins reaches his climax, Amy slits her throat and kills him in his bed. The very next morning, the most significant thing happens. Using Mr. Collins' car, Amy drives to show up in Missouri in front of Nick's house. Her clothes are dripping with blood. All the people's attention is now on the sudden appearance of Amy. At the police station, the investigators ask Amy a lot of questions. Amy says that her high school friend, Mr. Collins, is one behind the incident. She insists that he took her away from home and beat her, abused her, and raped her every day since he abducted her. The story ends when Amy safely reunites with Nick. At first, trust issues are going on with both of them, but as time goes by, Nick accepts his fate that he will be staying with Amy forever. She has all the control of him. The last scene is when they announce that they are expecting a baby together. The whole town is happy about their reunion and calls the baby a miracle child. This is Angry Mustache Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your fun for today.